What's up, guys? Coach David here with the Metro Drive. I don't know quite what I was going to name this, but I do know what I want to talk about. It's been a common theme, and I just want to touch base. We've been, Metro Jiu-Jitsu's been open since December. What is that, 6-7 months now? And we're promoting, we're definitely gearing and promoting and funneling people towards more matches. Matches is live sparring. Live sparring is why Jiu-Jitsu is so effective. It's what makes you grow in Jiu-Jitsu. It's, the technique is good. The technique is, the drilling is good. You will learn, there is value to be extracted from that, but ultimately the live sparring is the crucible where, it's the crucible where things are, to use an illustration, the all of the straw and the wheat and everything is burned out, and then you're just left with the solids. I worked in gold refineries, so everyone says, hey, that's where things are refined, and the crucible, it's not actually refined, you just melt it all together, so I'm hesitant to say that. But it's the crucible where, to use the cliche, everything's refined, even though it's not how it works. But I've had several, it's been becoming a theme that as we're funneling towards that now, and we're gearing towards that, they're coming to me like Coach, they're feeling the anxiety, and they, I'm not sure what image they have of Coach Muhammad or myself, but that anxiety, you are not alone in that anxiety. To say that, to say, if anyone tells you I hopped on a mat and it was just normal for me, they're lying. If they have no martial arts experience and they come on and the first time we're like, okay, we're gonna do matches, live sparring, go, and they don't get almost feel sick to their stomach for a second, to where they almost don't want to run out of the room at any point in their career or their life, they're lying to you. Or they weren't actually doing matches; they were doing forms or something else. I'm not hating on other arts. Okay, there's benefits to be extracted from all sports, martial arts, but if you're only doing forms, it's choreographed. If you know I'm gonna punch here and then you're gonna block here, you can make an epic Star Wars scene choreographing those fights, but that's not a live fight. That's not a live match. And I get heated about this because that's why Jiu-Jitsu. Look, if it was easy, there's a reason Jiu-Jitsu has such a low, a high dropout rate and a low retention rate. It's because it's because of those matches. And I'm not sure what image people have of us coaches, as if we're some Superman. My wife can tell you, you don't talk to me the week before a tournament, because my mental space is all effed up. My head is man, I'm going to be competing against very strong, very determined, very disciplined, very well-trained humans who are going to actively try to choke me out. And that is, I've said it, I don't know how many hundreds of times, that dealing with that is going to make every other encounter in life seem laughable. It's almost like Keanu Reeves, when he was training Jiu-Jitsu for John Wick, he's the more you train Jiu-Jitsu, the more unusual your life becomes. It's almost like Jiu-Jitsu is the real serious part of it, and everything else is it's oh, I've got a business meeting, they're going to evaluate my work. Oh, I've got a meeting with the dean at college, they're going to see, whatever they need to see. What's the worst that's going to happen? And that mental strength comes out, and it does come out, and it's what separates, that's where, one of my students, his name was Justin, he's Coach, he's he went with us to Dallas, he competed, and he did well, I was proud of him, and he said, Coach, I'm a mental wreck, and you look so cool, calm, and collected. I was bro, don't let the face fool you. With me, you can't let them see you sweat. Like, that's my mentality. So he's like, you look so cool, calm and collected. I get this nerves, same as everybody else. One of my old professors, he's asked me, I was competing pretty regular. He's like, you probably don't get nervous anymore, do you? I was like, you're out of your mind. I get nervous every single time. Don't talk to me the week before a tournament. And so the jiu-jitsu, the anxiety that comes from it, this is gonna sound like the get off my grass part of the drive, but it's like if more people forced themselves or forced them kids or forced others to do things that almost made, there's a balance, I'm not going too far, but almost made them sick to their stomach. And they're like, to where they're like, I gotta find a way through this. There's nobody gonna save me. Why do you think, yes, look, I didn't go to college, so yes, I'm a little biased. Why do you think we have an entire student loan epidemic right now? Like, get somebody to bail me out. The freaking government had to bail one of the automotive companies out. Nobody is gonna bail you out in a fight. You gotta find that way out, and that's the gravity of jiu-jitsu. If we're playing a football game, yeah, we won a championship. They carried a leather ball farther across some grass than you did. Does that matter? Really? I know I'm gonna irritate some athletes here, but does that really matter? Because at the end of the day, they moved a piece of leather further than you did. If you lose a jiu-jitsu match on the street, guys, they choked you unconscious and could have killed you. Like, that's just the reality of it. And so jiu-jitsu prepares you for that. Yeah, the gravity hits harder. I mean, it's a much heavier activity. That's why it's a premium activity. That's why it's like you have these superfoods. It's a super activity. Like, I mean, there's benefit to be extracted from all activities, yeah, but the benefit that's gonna come from jiu-jitsu, don't even bring it into the conversation. And so we're dealing with a lot of these anxieties in our kids, in our adults, because up till this point, we get that they're coming from, they have no experience. And so it's towing that line between, like, look, this is why you joined. Like, we got to remember, this is why you joined. This is one of the reasons, whether you knew it or not. You've got these fears, you've got these anxieties, you've got stuff, you've got to pass. We've all got to pass, and we're going to deal with it right here, right now, in a controlled environment, to where when you tell me to stop, I'm going to stop, versus on the street or out at dinner or at the fireworks when someone, they're not going to stop, and it's going to be up to you to get out of that. So, I mean, I go on for this forever. I don't even know how long this video has been going, but that is, we take it real seriously. I mean, we take it very seriously. So, if you've got anxiety, if your kids have anxiety, if they're going to have a panic attack, if they need confidence is, it's probably the main reason. Confidence or focus is the main reason people bring their kids in, or for themselves. If you want confidence, man, there's not a more confident feeling than like doing matches and knowing that you can handle people coming at you, and that's it. So if you want any of that, come check us out. We're gonna work with you. You're gonna put in the work, and you're gonna look at yourself in 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, 120 months, and not even recognize the person. And it's gonna be worth it. So, guys, that is, I just want to touch base on that. That is kind of my tangent at the moment, but I'll have to figure out what to label this movie. If you want more information, please check us out, metrojj.com. You can also reach out to us, 734-225-6230. We are Metro Jiu-Jitsu on Eureka next to Planet Fitness. And as always, I will see you guys on the mats.